Hey there, I think he calls you guys MushPuffs. It's Tony here. I want all Keemstar's money. Ethan told me I'd get all of his money. I'm sorry, that's not why I'm here. Dave and Nick, they did this wonderful stream, and this is part two. And if you're watching this early, it's because you're a member and you gave Dave all your money, which is what I want from Keemstar. I saw that he won a lawsuit. I want some of that money. Ethan told me I can get. I'm sorry to go back to it, but I appreciate people giving Dave money for memberships. If we get memberships, you get more stuffs. That's how it works. Give me money, and all that. It's hot as a fuck. All right, look. Part two. Members got it early. If you want to be a part of the MushPuff membership brotherhood and sisterhood, baby, well, then make sure you go ahead and become a member. 1 to 4 doesn't matter, and you got this content early. So enjoy that, my members. You love being my members, don't you? All right, look, here's part two of me and Nick. Enjoy it. It's, yeah. Enjoy it. Bye. The girlfriend of my ex-girlfriend. I wanna clarify. Ex-girlfriend of my best friend came over, started fucking with me. Yeah, and it went a little too hard. My dick may have started bleeding. And then my best friend came over, and I may have had to stab him with a sword.
What?
Yeah. Just a little bit, though. Just barely pierced him. But he kept walking forward. I held the sword. I said, Justin, don't make me stab you. I was like, I don't know. And then, you want to hear where it really gets fucked up? After we all calm down and then nobody, gets stabbed too much or throws a punch, he took her out to her truck and fucked her. She didn't even clean up. He walks in and says, now we're blood brothers. I'm like, you're disgusting. I hate you. Don't ever talk to me again.
What the fuck, Dave?
Yeah. True story.
How long were they broken up for?
Oh, long time. They weren't.
Oh,
Yeah, they were broken up a good year at that point.
it doesn't make it. What?
I'm not saying I was in the right.
How did he end up there?
So, he came over to my house every day. He was every time. I was only back in Vegas for about a month. I was doing hometown recruiting. This was after basic. This was after AIT. You go back home and you do up to a month of hometown recruiting, where you just recruit in your hometown before you go to your duty station. So I was there for like a month. I was gonna get my girlfriend and go to Germany. She ended up saying no when I asked her to marry me, which was a smart move because look at me. So good bullet dodge, Gina. So my friend, the one I ended up fucking with, was in the room when it happened. We just started fooling around, and then it just got out of hand from there.
So why did he try to stab you with a sword?
So he didn't try to stab me. So here's the whole fucking story. So we're fucking. I pulled my foreskin back too far and tore my fucking flap, and bled everywhere. In her, on my bed, everywhere. I'm in a fucking tub at this point. Wrap my dick in a towel, and then I get a knock on my window. It's my best friend Justin. So we can't hide anything, and I like totally fucked this chick up. Like I left marks, and I typically don't, but it was hot. It was a spur of the moment thing. So there was no hiding this. So I just opened the door and he came in. I'm standing there with a towel on my dick. I'm like, all right, can't hide. So let's just have a conversation. And he started getting real mad and he started breaking some of my shit. And I was like, dude, I'm going to fuck you up. Don't break my shit. He goes, fuck you. And he started running close to me like he was going to try and hit me. So I grabbed my sword and I just held it up because I had a lot of swords back then. I held one up and I was like, don't walk any closer. I will fucking shank you. And he walked into it. He's like, you broke my heart. It was real fun. We were 18. It was real fucking emotional. Like, you broke my heart, Dave. Go ahead and stab me. They kept walking closer. I'm like, Justin, if you stab yourself, I got nothing for you. And he would let it go in a good half a fucking inch into his chest before he said, ow. And I'm like, dude, why? What are you doing? Okay, look, she's the whore here, okay? I'm no good, but be more mad at her. She tempted me by fate here. And then so we calmed down. He took her out to his truck and fucked her.
This is just an interesting. Dave, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, I figured I would go ahead and awkward you out real good. I mean, we talk about this other stuff. I feel like I haven't brought enough to the table, so you get the vaunted cock story.
Oh God, that's great.
I don't tell that story anymore. I've only told it like 3 times, and it's never gone well for me. It's never gone well for me, not once. It doesn't make me look good by any metric. There's nothing I can
That's
do
okay,
about it.
Dave. I literally lost my virginity to a girl with a boyfriend.
I thought you were gonna say I literally lost my girlfriend to lost my virginity to a girl with a dick. I was like, oh fuck, thank you, got me off the hook here.
That doesn't. I don't think that counts. I'm in the firm believer that, like,
What you?
I don't know. This
Wait a
is
second.
probably gonna get me canceled one day. I wish like these apps like Tinder operated not by gender but by genitalia, like just really badly.
You have
Because like yeah,
you have anal hymen. You can lose your anal virginity. I
but like,
disagree.
but here's the deal, Dave. Like this is just like I get it. Everyone's got their genders these days. Like whatever, I support it. You know, I just wish like
Dick or clam.
if I'm searching female on Tinder, I'm not looking for a penis.
Right.
You're allowed to do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what's right and wrong about your gender, but like, can I just like search by vagina?
No, we need 4 icons, Nick. We need a dick. We need a pussy. We need a stitched together.
A blank and a both.
we need a stitched together looking vagina because that would mandate post-op, and we need a stitched together Franken penis because that would represent post-op for the other side of the transgender. I'm not saying that it's necessarily right, but what I am saying is anyone looking for a specific type of fuck deserves to know which category the person falls into. Or is that wrong now? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like,
if it's a man-made genitalia, I want to know. I want to see.
I get if it's like offensive to say that you're trans, like to force trans people to say they're trans on dating apps. But like, there needs to be some sort of like this is a vagina. I'm interested in dating the vagina.
But you have to see, but now you're being intolerant because transgender people have vaginas too. They're just manufactured.
But that's the thing. Not all of them. Because like you can sell it. It's like people select women on like they're trans woman and stuff like that. They're pre-op, but they still pop up as females in Tinder.
Right.
Which again, totally fair. I'm not saying you're not or anything like that. I don't really care. Gender is a fluidity thing now. It's
just want to know
that's what people say. I just literally want to know what's under the hood.
We want the plumbing. It's important to know. I don't think that's all that, crazy to ask for. Because honestly, the only thing it does is take out the need for a conversation. Now, I have some transgender people in the community. I'd love to get their take on that. Like Mellow Dottie, I would love to get her take on this. Because that's an interesting concept. Like, do you feel as a transgender person that would be unfair to you? Or would that be something you'd want to do? Because you're going to have the conversation, which is probably never a pleasant thing to go through, I would assume.
Yeah. See, what's his name in chat? Cephagous says, go out with them and help them through that process. All right, here's the deal. This is going to, again, I hope this doesn't come off as intolerant.
Oh, here we go.
I'm somebody who wouldn't date a redhead because I don't like redheads. I certainly am not dating a woman with a penis.
You know what? That may sound bad to some people, but there's nothing wrong with it because all you're saying is I have a preference. And that's okay. Yeah, that's the stuff is shallow. No, he's saying his asshole is shallow. That's what he's not taking a dick in it. That's all. That's okay. That's totally okay. Bandu, no woman's surprises, right? Shocker, popping jack in my pants. No, it's not good. You're not allowed preferences. Preferences are offensive. I don't understand because we want everything to be equal, right? But how can we all have equality when we're unwilling to have grown-up conversations about everything?
That's the thing, yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me. We can't do it with race. We can't do it with politics. We can't do it with sex. We can't do it with religion. We've shown it over and over. Every time that somebody wants to have an honest conversation, they always exclude certain words, phrases, something's out of bounds. Then we're not having a real conversation. We're having your variation of what you think a real conversation is. But if we're excluding shit, we're not talking about everything. Sorry.
I saw D'Angelo Wallace put out a good take about that. He said, like, yeah, I can understand why people wouldn't like BLM, the group, and stuff like that. And it's politicized and all that stuff. I'm not going to deny that at all. It's the people who can't use the, like, it's also, like, BLM isn't just an organization. It's also 3 words. And if you're unable to say those 3 words, I'd have a hard time saying you're not racist.
Right.
Like, do you understand? Like, You could not support the BLM movement, like
But the
movement and the
words.
BLM organization and all that stuff all you want. But if you can't use the words Black Lives Matter and understand what that means, I would say you're a racist,
Right.
and I would have to agree with
I do agree with that, actually. I think that's really well stated. And I'm kind of surprised it came from D'Angelo Wallace, to be completely honest. But
God, he's been popping off.
As-
I've
that's
had to
a
give
good
him a
take.
lot of credit recently.
that's a really good take because that's separation from what the hijackers of these words and Black Lives and Matter are only fucking 3 words, and they're 3 words that I think most people will fucking agree with on their own. Black lives do indeed fucking matter, as do all. But that's the thing. When you have to make that, then you're doing the exact same thing. You're using it as well. The point is, we don't need to. It doesn't have to. And that's the separation. You can automatically fucking say those words and not have fear of them while still condemning the movement that it's become or the people that are behind it. I think you can make that separation. And that's what D'Angelo's saying. I like that. Kudos to him.
He's actually, I don't know if you know this, he had 500,000 subs last month.
Oh, shit.
He just hit 1 million. I've been like paying attention to him again because he dropped 2 videos in a row. One on James Charles and one on not James Charles, one on Shane Dawson and one on Jeffree Star. And they are 2 of the most fucking hard-hitting exposed videos I've ever seen.
Really? Well, Jeff,
His monotone voice really helps it.
he's like Ben Steining the whole thing.
Oh god, the one on Shane Dawson has the greatest title I've ever seen in an exposed video. Yeah, if you look up the exact moment, it auto completes. It's called "The Exact Moment Shane Dawson's Career Ended, 12:37 p.m. 06/30/2020." It's the date. It's literally like the exact moment your career ended and the time and date it happened
It's
is
like
the title
a
for.
birth certificate, but a death certificate.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Dude, this video released a week ago. Guess how many views it has?
4 million.
8 million.
Ooh, not a shock. Not a shock. I mean, the Shane Dawson thing got real hot, and now it's dead right now. I haven't heard the word Shane Dawson in it feels like a week or so. What's the latest on Shane?
2 guys got a huge pass because of the Twitch drama, and it's actually it's 3: Jeffree Star, Shane, and Sky Williams all got a huge. I've spoken to Sky.
Yeah, what do you think of that whole situation? I mean, he himself did not actually do anything with the situation that happened in his house, right? He just defended.
I'm super familiar with all the allegations with it. Here's the deal. I think his video is good. I think it's getting a lot of shit, and I think naturally it will because there's a lot of criticism to make. Some of which I've gotten to bring up to him to his face. And I've heard his answers on it. Some was good answers, some was not. But essentially, the deal with that is, I think Sky fucked up royally over his whole career, and it's going to be hard to battle back from that. But again, I think the fact that nobody's talking about his video might actually really help him in that department. I don't think he's as complicit as some people would like to believe. He's being compared to Jeffrey Epstein, which I think is like an absurd comparison.
Oh, yeah, no. Unless there's something to back that up.
It's literally just he had a house where people got like abused. The terms of abuse, if you want to go like kind of through them, the worst one is like Jisoo. Jisoo is a minor that he allowed to live in his house.
Yeah.
This story is extremely convoluted. Essentially, what happened is there's a creator named Mewtwo King who is friends with this other guy. I only really know him as V because that's the name that's come off. I don't really know his full name, but I would use it if I knew it. But they would just call him V as like a code name. Essentially, they're making a game, and he said, "I'm gonna bring along 3 other people," which raised the house number to like 25 people or something. Which was also Sky's issue, is that he wouldn't turn people away, but he like lowered rent for the whole house and stuff like that.
Sure.
So essentially, like, she looked young or whatever, but Sky didn't think much of it because he just assumed, hey, like, this guy's not stupid enough to bring a minor into my house. That's like a really, like, you'd be crazy to do that. So eventually someone in the house straight up asks this girl, like, how old are you? She goes 16 and freaks out. Now, keep in mind, these people are from Ohio. The age of consent is 16, so that's a red flag because they're not in Ohio. They're in Cali.
Not 16, correct?
Yeah, it is. It is hard 18. Ex Wolfie Raps.
Yeah.
So essentially what happens there is like they're like starting to assume like maybe some sexual activity has occurred and stuff like that, and this is where Sky Williams is like getting the biggest criticism. My thought process is, and allow me to like help you see this from a different perspective. When they find out that she actually had sex, they find out from someone who's in the room, like with them, like in this room, that they heard a condom wrapper. That's their indication. They think it's a condom wrapper.
But a Jolly Rancher.
But here's the deal. And he's asked him like straight up, "Are you having sex?" No, or whatever. I heard some movement, and I heard a condom wrapper. Also, she sleeps in his bed. These are like it's enough to justify. Hey, I'm gonna call the cops. Sky Williams
answer question.
doesn't. Yeah, Sky Williams doesn't. He contacts Child Services and finds out, hey, listen, if we're just gonna send her home, probably. And here's the deal: Sky panics and thinks, what kind of family sends their 16-year-old to go out and live with somebody? That's like, am I sending him back to an abusive household? So there's like, I don't know the amount of days in between, but there's like a short window of opportunity he has here after he finds all this information out to call the police or something. And keep in mind, Sky Williams is a victim of sexual assault where the police officer told him it was his fault. So he has a huge phobia against police.
Which is, yeah, okay. That's totally understandable.
So I see why he didn't do. I don't agree with it. I think he still should have done it. But his whole perspective was, I want to let the victim choose, and he was trying to set that up. And before he could, they fled the fucking state back to Ohio.
Okay, well, that's obviously that's a different situation where he could be let off on that specific thing. If he was trying to do the right thing and then they fled. You know.
But there's a big but here. There's a big but here. And this is the part that he didn't articulate well when he did a live stream and then discussed it.
Yeah, he did.
Is that every one of the other 23 people in the house were fully aware this was happening.
See, but that doesn't look good for him either.
Because hardest thing here, there were 6 people in that room who lived with them.
Yeah.
And all of them would have known. And Sky literally goes, listen, I thought if a minor was getting sexually assaulted in my house, one of my 6 friends would have at least had the decency to tell me this was happening because they slept in the same room in bunks with them.
One of the 6 friends or one of the 23 people that I brought into this fucking house, somebody should say something. He deserves about as much blame or heat, whatever we want to call it, as a really, really, really fucking shitty landlord. But I'm not sure much else other than that.
I would say he gets a little bit more because he owns the house.
Right.
But I think there's a lot. There's about 23 other people whose names haven't been said that I wish were also getting as much shit as him.
If not more, because if they all know, someone's got to I mean, just numbers. 23 of them and 1 Sky Williams. Yes, he was the owner of the house. He needs to be asking more questions, blah, blah, blah. But they all knew from whatever random points they all knew it at. Someone's got to do something. There's adults in that house besides Sky Williams, and it's not right to only put it on him. It's not fair. Not totally.
That's the only egregious one that you could blame Sky for. The other ones are like, I was in my house, there was a party, someone brought a minor in my house and like raped her or something like that. And like he wasn't even at the party when it happened. Like this just happened at a party at his house. And then he ended up coming home, finding this girl, like she was in a pool or whatever. She was like, just all her clothes were wet. She was like laying on a pillow or whatever. And Sky, not knowing anything even had happened to her, takes her and goes, who brought this girl here? Why is nobody taking, like, whose girl is this? Like, where did this come from? And then he's like, no one's answering. So he takes her to a secluded part of the house. He's at a mansion at this point. He takes her to like a secluded, locked off part of the house or whatever, gets her water, like puts her to bed basically. And then leaves her or whatever. Like she was fully aware that like he actually probably saved her from anyone else taking advantage of her that night and stuff like that. So like the minute he was there, he was responsible with it. There's stories where people were like groped or whatever and stuff like that at his house. And it's just like, here's the issue. There's a lot of fucking degenerates in the Smash Brothers
apparently community. The Smash Brothers community. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And it's just like, I don't know. The other thing is like, he's also apparently owes half this community money from something, like just in general. That's a huge, like, he's been like, there's one twit longer where the guy just lied, like just flat out lied about him though, which like made me angry when I was reading it.
Well, I remember how fucking bad the backlash was after the live stream. I mean, the live stream was bad. I mean,
It was the worst thing I ever saw. That was like a biggest meltdown in history.
really, really bad. But so I can understand why the heat came up. But when the conversations happen and the videos start being made, there's got to be correct representation at some point, you know. And I guess that's what you're constantly fighting for at the end of the day. What's up, Snappy? I see you in the chat. Good to see you guys in here, by the way. We're getting some good love. Everyone's saying that they're really enjoying 2 hours. Eats and I have been fucking talking. They've all really enjoyed it. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Good to see you guys. Oh my god, I love it, man. Too bad you didn't come on the YouTube show the last couple of days. That's where
I'll try to do that more often. I haven't really been.
I'm gonna go back to my old time slot that I used to follow Tommy at. I'm gonna go back.
I've been on such a weird sleep schedule, dude. I've been up to like 3 o'clock in the morning and sleeping in the afternoons. It's been terrible.
Are you doing it purposely, or is it just because?
No, I just can't fall asleep at night or whatever because I keep staying up so late. I'm not tired. Like at normal hours. So I'll go to bed at 12 and then I'll just be like, fuck this. And I get up and I go do more shit and then I go to bed again. And then I'm just like tired in the afternoon. Like I have a YouTuber sleep schedule. I finally got back to making content, which is what's fucking it up, I think.
So what's your deal with school, with job? What's the deal with all that?
Currently working. College starts up soon and then we're just going to continue the YouTube thing.
Is this your last year? How many more years of college?
Well, college is interesting because I took the semester off because I've been doing like the job thing right now, and I was going to go back at the in the fall, which is what I'm doing. I'm 5 classes till I graduate graduate school. Okay. Not like I'm not an undergrad anymore. I'm graduating college, but this is for the grad degree.
Kind of Van Wildering it out now at this point. Staying in college forever, motherfuckers.
Well, I have it's not like here's the grad school and college do totally
different
things. It's kind of just showing up, taking a test and leaving.
Essentially, depending on what you're studying. I know some doctoral candidates who fucking tell you to go eat shit. But
oh, I'm like computer science. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, so I'm just getting that little the thing that goes on the resume.
So as far as the coronavirus goes, I mean, it didn't have to affect you that much because with your shit, you could do all.
Yeah, I was working from home.
Yeah, all that the classes can be done completely remotely, all of it, because that's what you're going to be doing anyway.
I'm actually working from home right now.
That's fucking perfect. Have you put out who you're working for, or is it just something?
No. That's on the down low.
But you are doing what you trained to do. You are working in your
field. I make bots and stuff like that right now at the moment. Like I'm like making automations. I'm taking other people's jobs.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's what we need. Fuck them.
I feel like there's not enough people who are college educated in this community who act like they are. Like they act like they're
like they're just above. Like they have all this fucking college level wisdom and they know better. I didn't go to college. I almost went to UNLV. Didn't go. Chose the Army instead. It would have been a hell of a life though. This was 2001. I was gonna go. I had 2 years, and I was only able to get that because I had amazing grades. I played football, baseball, wrestled, and I was gonna have to be in every production that I tried out for at UNLV in the theater program. That's how I was gonna get my 2 years, and that work decided inevitably. I was like, do I want to do that for 2 years, or do I want to go to Germany? So I decided to go to Germany in the Army, and then 9/11 happened because I make everything about myself. Life hates me.
Hassan Piker said we deserve that, so I think it's okay.
Thank you, Hassan, for letting us know. Oh God, should we flog ourselves every day for bringing that upon ourselves? Jesus Christ.
Oh, one sec. I actually have to send this message to Keem right now because I just found something out that's really fucked. I just found an exploit with Storyfire that's extremely dangerous.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get on that platform. The name. Can you convince them to change the name?
Well, wait till somebody buys it like Amazon and they'll change it.
They will definitely change it. It worked for Mixer. Oh, wait. No, it didn't. Why did Mixer fail, Nick?
Is donators actually not a word? I thought donators.
I don't think it's donor.
I know it's donor, but I've heard people say donator.
I use donator all the time. I don't give a fuck. But no, I do not think it's a word. But anything is a word if you try hard enough, if you will it to be. Guys, make sure... Actually, I don't have the emote wall on there. I was like, fucking light it up with the emote wall. I put a couple of new features on the channel, which I really like. One that's going to get me in trouble. Almost did. Have you seen the media share on Streamlabs yet?
No.
So you can give these fucking people, these cretins that watch us, you can give them the ability to put videos immediately on your channel. Like just pop up right in the middle of the fucking stream. And you can set it to different levels of sensitivity. So I have mine like on low medium where it's so to put a video on, and I got it set at $5. So if you donate $5 to channel, you can put a video from YouTube that's got at least 40,000 views and 75% approval rating. Riveter, the first video he sent me was Shrek raping a child. I got what I deserved, Nick.
You got what you fucking deserve.
I got what I fucking deserved. This is the first one. We didn't get, to be fair, we didn't get to the Shrek child rape, but we definitely walked to the fucking door of it. It was not good. It scarred me. And then, like, now the thing doesn't fucking work all the time. So somebody played a song, and then it played the entire fucking song. I have it set to only play up to a minute. And it played 3.5 minutes of Pantera, and I couldn't turn it off. It was fucked. Couldn't turn it. I turned off Streamlabs.
You gotta do Wait, Dave, have you ever done a sleep stream?
No, I thought you can't do a sleep stream.
What do you mean?
I thought, like, if you fall asleep, now, all right, maybe if you title it, like, sleep stream, blah, 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 that's fine. But I thought if you fall asleep on Twitch, they're going to clip you.
I didn't know. Here's the deal. What they usually do for a sleep stream is they put, like, the donation sounds on the speaker, right? And you're inclined to donate to try to wake you up.
What?
So they put, like, your R word. I don't know if we could say that. I've used it already on Twitch today, like the ear rape stuff like that, and it just like blasts in your ear. I've seen like Mr. T Lexify has done it, where people just donate him like national anthems, like in like the loudest possible form, whatever. So it's just blasting in his ears, and he's just like holding a pillow in front of his face.
Oh, I'm always looking for ways to drum up donations. Fuck, that sounds like a great idea.
It's literally just inciting your audience to harass the shit out of you. I know like Deji does that when he streams. He lets them like send any video and it'll play or whatever. There was one where it was nearly porn and he's like, mods!
on Streamlabs, it's really clear you're responsible. And if you decide not to mod it, you're responsible for anything that gets put out. So if you get clipped, it's on you. I have it modded to where either me or a couple of my mods that I chose to see it, they have to approve it first. When I have it on YouTube, I'm not letting that happen on YouTube. So what I'm doing is if that happens immediately after the show, I'm coming here for an after party and I'll play him here. Because I can always just delete the stream and I know that I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen to me. I don't want to be that brazen, but still.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually the guy, man. I got hit on the stupidest shit. The stuff that people don't get hit for, I got hit for.
You got the CBD hit. Oh, my God.
Even worse than that, I got the one that people are still doing. I was one of the first guys to get the putting up a video on YouTube that says I'm live on Twitch. I got hit on that. That's how I got my first strike.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who still do it to this fucking day. And nobody gets hit. I got hit. No, couldn't tell you why. But Trusted Flagger got that one fixed for me.
Oh, God, I wonder what happened. I've heard rumors of why that guy's gone. But
I haven't heard the rumors, but I would always want to know because he disappeared, man.
Yeah, I heard he helped somebody he might not have. So you shouldn't have. Is that the rumor you've heard?
I think I may have heard that.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yikes. I don't know if that's the case, though. I've never seen somebody completely disappear, and he really did.
Employees, YouTube employees, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've heard, he's not a YouTube employee, but like I've seen like anytime one of the YouTube employees or whatever, the managers or whatever start to get cool with people and then like get a little too up in the air, they just disappear.
See, I had been told once by somebody that I thought was pretty reliable on it, tell me that the account was used by a multitude of people. It wasn't just one person. I don't know if that's
really.
Yeah, but that's what I thought was true. I thought it was because I would have swore the guy I talked to the first time was not the same guy I talked to the second time, but it was the same account. So, but it had been like a year and a half in between times. So I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. But somebody floated that to me once. Was like, I've heard that it's multiple people using that account because it's kind of like a admin line. And I've had that, like Metro, they have that where all their admins can use one to talk to you through, and they can all access it. Because I've had those threads where this is Jamie from administrative support. I've had those things. I would figure YouTube would do something similar because why would you want one identity to these people who are obviously have some sway? Aren't they going to be constantly asked and therefore harassed to help people? Because remember, he was getting tagged all the fucking time to help everybody. Like, it got out that he was the guy to help, and he was getting tagged by everybody. Like, help this guy, help that guy. That's gonna make you a target eventually. Luna Lizzie, wait, you can make money sleeping? When can I start? I wonder if anybody can do it. Like if it'll just start growing.
I feel like women have the advantage on that one.
Yeah, tits always get the advantage. Always. Almost. I mean, I have tits. You have tits, but they're not the one anyone wants. But what are you going to do? That's the way fucking nature works, man. We have our advantages. We're a little bit stronger. They got the fucking power of the vagina and the boobies. It's kind of fair trade. Fair trade. I think I'm going to play some 7 Days to Die now, man. Got it?
All right, yeah.
Go.
That's pretty much I think we've done the whole drama roundup thing.
We really
I kind of want to go take a nap too.
If I can get your permission, I might upload this to YouTube. It was that good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
You
good with
can do
that?
whatever you need. Mhm.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, dude. And I want to organize something. I'd like to have you on, and just we'll go through everything in a couple of weeks
Yeah.
over on YouTube. It'd be great.
Hit me up anytime, dude. I'll hop on. I'm happy to be there.
I appreciate it, man. That was fucking awesome. I really appreciate it.
Peace out.
Have a good one, Eats.
That's my
Yeah.
boy,
Nicky D. Nicky D.
That's the man, the myth, and the legend. God, man, if you guys were here for all of this, y'all caught a special stream. Y'all caught a little something special today, something that you don't always get. We got some inside tea. We got some perspective tea. I talked about some of the things that some of you want me to talk about all the time. I think this was a fantastic 2.5 hours of fucking insanity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream real quick. Okay, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get to 7 Days to Die for a little bit, but I want to go get something to eat because it's been 2.5 hours. Unbelievably, thank you guys so much, man. This has been 2 hours, 2.5 hours of fun. I'm gonna be back. Give me like 10 minutes. I want to just grab something and come back, but I think I might be a little bit longer than a standard break. But I want to get this downloaded too. I wish I would have recorded the whole goddamn thing on my end. I want to make sure that I can grab it before it gets hit on any mutes, if there are any. And I really appreciate you guys. It's been a good one. So I'm not even going to raid. I'm going to be back in like 10 minutes. And we're going to play 7 Days to Die. Or if you guys choose it, you can use the game flip rules. Have me play whatever you like. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a special ass stream today. Talk to you a little bit. Bye, guys. Thank you, Nick. Man, that was fucking great.
My man Eats in the fucking house, baby.
Let me play the outro so I don't have to do it later. Watch this. And thank you guys very much for joining us on Dead on Dead. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the outro. Bye.